Hi everyone, welcome to Chess Nomad. My name is Louis, and today we're going to play a second game against my son. I'm going to ask him to send me an invitation because I can't, for some reason, I can't do it from my end. Let me just tell him to send a challenge. Okay, let's see if that works now, and we're going to play a second game against my son. He's pretty good. I lost my bishop in the previous game, and that was the end of me. So we're going to try to do a little bit better this time and win the game if I can get this thing to get the invitation here. I don't know why it's not coming through. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. I got all this stuff here in front. It says waiting for me. I don't see the invitation. I don't see the invitation here. So I don't... Where's the invitation? Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so is that what I have to accept? Okay, so maybe it was right in front of me and I didn't see it. Okay. Was that what I had to accept? Let me see. Try this one. Okay, here we go. All right, so it was right there and I didn't see it because I got all this stuff in front of my... Okay. Let me just position that there, and I'm black. So we're just going to push e5. We're going to try to concentrate and not lose on time here. Let's see. So he brings the knight out. We can pretty much do the same. Then he's going to have bishop here to b5, pinning my knight, which is fine. I will just go there. He's probably going to go bishop to b5. We can push pawn to f6. Let's see if that's what he does. Okay, so he didn't do that. So I feel like we still should do that. We have our bishop trapped, seemingly, but I can, at this moment, I can go knight to a5, attacking the bishop. And that's what I'm going to do. Let's attack the bishop. He's probably going to come to d5. That's not going to do nothing because I'll just push c6. And maybe I don't even have to push c6. I can just push d. Okay. So we have time until he does something else. We have time here with the knight. So we can start moving our pieces forward. Let's do that. Let's push the pawn to d6. Getting ready to move the knight out of the way. Okay, so now we just capture. We could have brought the knight back. Actually, we could have brought the knight back attacking the pawn, but then he still has a3 and c3 to defend, or even bishop. All right, so let's concentrate here on the next move. Why don't we just develop the bishop while pinning the knight? I feel like that's a good move right there. We develop while pinning. Okay, so now I feel like we should just start attacking. Why don't we just start an attack? Alright, so now we could let him take the bishop. We can sacrifice the bishop. And what is that going to accomplish? So if we sacrifice the bishop, then I take his bishop. Then he can move the knight out of the way. Not here, not here, not here. You can move the knight there. And then we can bring our queen here, protecting the pawn. I feel like I don't really want to sacrifice, but I feel like maybe if I move my queen to d7 and he takes my bishop, then I have queen to g4, and on the next move I have queen to g6, and then I can start pushing the pawn. So why don't we do that? Let me try it. Let me sacrifice the bishop. He probably thinks I forgot the bishop. He's going to be very happy taking it. Now I can take with the queen, like I said, or I can take with the pawn, opening up my rook, opening up the h-file. But then my queen is pretty much trapped. I can move my queen up. Okay, so he did not go for that. Okay. So at this point, let's see what I can do here. So we can bring our bishop back and then start pushing the pawns. Okay, why don't we just bring the bishop back? We put pressure on that pawn, and then we can start developing our other pawns. And then we can still castle queenside. All right, let's see what he does there. I feel pretty confident time-wise. Okay, so he protected his pawn, but we're gonna keep moving forward. Okay, I feel like next move I gotta push. Okay, so he developed. He's sacrificing a piece, but now he's gonna have. Okay, so we'll do that. He's sacrificing a piece. Let's see what he has here. He doesn't have. Aside from taking my rook on e6, he doesn't have anything else. He does have queen. He does have queen to f3, threatening. See if I can do that. Checkmate. Not really, but okay. Why don't we just do this? All right. So he's defending the knight. Why don't we just castle? Then we can bring our rook into the fight. I feel like he's going to bring knight to g5, attacking my queen. That's pretty obvious, but he didn't. So he wants to trade queens, which I'm going to accept. I'm ahead. I'm going to accept. I'm going to trade down. So let's trade the queen. He probably wasn't expecting that. So let's trade the queen, and now let's develop our rook. Okay, I feel like... Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mouse slip. I didn't mean to put it there. I got to be careful when I pick up the piece and talk at the same time, because he's got knight to g5 and then knight to e6. And if my rook was in here, then my rook would be attacked. But then I could still move the rook out of the way. That's not a big... But he does not have knight. I didn't see that. He doesn't have knight here because of my bishop. So that would be silly anyway. So now I feel like I wasted a move. But maybe not really. I can move knight to h5, h6, and then knight to f5. Where do we want to go with a knight? Where's an optimal square for the knight? We got to find what's unprotected. So his pieces, that pawn is unprotected, that pawn is unprotected, and this pawn is unprotected. So I feel like we should attack one of his pawns. So one thing we can do, we can develop... If we develop the knight here, then he's got knight here. But why don't we do that? Because then we can move with tempo. We can move the knight back here, attacking his knight twice. So then I feel like he's going to take... Okay, so he didn't do that. Let's prevent any further pushes from his pawns. Okay, now I feel like... Well, if we push, he's going to be willing to lose the rook. Is he willing to lose the rook? But once we do that, how else are we going to defend it? Let's just do that. Let's see what he does. Okay. He did move the knight there. So let's rotate. Let's bring the knight, the bishop to f8, and then I want to bring the bishop to h6. He's probably going to try knight to f7 or knight. He's not going to... Yeah, knight on e6. There you go. It's good outpost. We're going to do that. Okay, so now he's challenging my pawn. I could take the pawn. Actually, I should take the pawn. Otherwise, I'm going to be losing here. So why don't we just take the pawn? Actually, I should... If I had my rook here, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But let's see what happens here. Now, is the best move here is this bishop or that bishop? Bishop to g8. The knight cannot move. The knight cannot move with any discoveries. He doesn't have any discovery with the knight on my rook. Okay. Why don't we do that? Check. Okay. So now we can have, no, we can't do that. Let me see. If I take sacrifice, I can't sacrifice yet, but I can try to double. I can try to double my rooks. Why don't we try to double our rooks? Let's do that. Time is slipping away from me. I don't want to lose on time. I feel like I have the game won again. I don't want to make a stupid mistake and lose the game because I forgot some piece. I left some piece hanging somewhere, and then I just lose the game, folks. So this game is coming to the wire. He still has almost double the amount of time that I have. Pretty much. Okay, so he moves knight back. So now I have that move before I do something with the rook. Then I can double up on my rooks. Actually, doubling up on my rooks is not the best idea here, probably. What I could do is attack the knight. Why don't we attack the knight? Blocking, okay. So I can let him try to take the knight. I can bring my rook up and then bring my other rook, double my rooks. Actually, I can do that right now. I can sacrifice my bishop, bring my rook here, then bring this rook up to g3 with checkmate. So why don't we just do that? But he's got this nasty pan right here. So I can't do that. I can't let him, and I can't let him do that. And I'm going to lose. Okay, so why don't we just, no, that's still a pan. So why don't we just move? Then I lose that pawn. Okay, why don't you just do that? I have 20 seconds. I'm going to lose the game on time again. Lose 2 games to my son. It cannot be. My ratings are going down. His ratings are going up. I'm supposed to be the master over here. I taught the kid how to play. I shouldn't have taught him so well. Okay, so he did that. Now we can double our rooks. Because now this pawn is protected. Before, his knight could have come here and fork everything. Fork my rooks and fork my king when my king was here. Alright, let's just take. He's probably going to sacrifice his other rook. Exchange. We're going to trade down, probably. Let's see if that's what he has in mind. Okay. Probably going to bring the rook to e1. Let's just defend. Then we're going to attack these 2 pawns. I got 6 seconds left. I don't have a lot of time, so let's just do that. Create a pass pawn. This is not good. Now my I don't have a lot of squares. Yeah, we'll just lose. Okay, I lost. All right. For the sake of time and everything else, I am not even going to. I'm not going to analyze this game, folks. You can review it yourself. You can analyze it. I think I am so down with myself. I'm not. I did terrible. I'm not going to analyze it. I'm going to try to play another game with him and let's see what happens. Because if it's the best out of 5, I still have a chance. He's up. He's up 2-0. So let's try to play another one and we'll see what happens. But until then, please subscribe. Please give the thumbs up and click the little eye bell so you can be notified. And I will see you on our next game, folks. And hopefully, I will beat the game on the kid on the next one. So I'll see you then.